Right guys, how are we doing? We are here for a brand new edition with SILAD as we go into pirate builds. Yes man, we're doing pirate builds. So brought all my gadgets, brought all my stuff. We're going to be doing a lot of builds, and guess what? If you want to see something built, let me know in the comments below, and don't forget to hit that subscribe. So we're going to kick this off with the first episode here, building some pirate houses, and we're going to do other buildings too, and that also means a castle as well. As a lot of you struggle with castles, we're going to break it down and do it piece by piece. So first things first, we're going to do a house first, a simple house, and this is all you need to know. We'll be taking a picture at the end, that'll be saved, and then we'll be deleting it and go from there. So let's get into it. Right, so cleared a little area off, and we're going to build here a little house. First thing you want to do is place down your bonfire, as everyone knows, and then you have your area unlocked. A nice little trick, you can place your bonfire there and then put another one just outside of the circle. Just got a bit, and you'll get like a little gap, but then you can create like a bigger town or something like that for people that would like to create villages, towns, and maybe even something even more. Okay, just a nice little tip there for you if you're playing Windrose, because this is such a phenomenal game. So anyway, let's get into it. So we look at the terrain. This is the first thing. You want something that's quite flat, really. Otherwise you're going to need to flatten it out. I wouldn't recommend using the spade, as it can be a bit temperamental. We are in the demo and we don't know if there's going to be any other changes yet. So what I recommend is you either use these piers to level it out, or you use this piece to like do a stone floor. Those are a really good tip. They do use up a lot of stone though, so just bear that in mind. Right then, so what we're going to do first is, this is what I like to do with most of my builds. You don't have to. I like to put mine on a bit of a pier and then build over them, as it does kind of help. That's just your preference. So what I'm going to do is I want mine to be there, there. Okay, so this is going to be quite a biggish house for pirates. Usually we won't put it by the sea, but just putting it here because it's nice and flat, so we'll go with that. So as you can see, the floor's not the best, is it? So what we can do with that is we can change the floor, and we can add, as you can see, it will layer it on top. So what we want to do is we want to get to the corner just there, and we'll layer this over the top to give it a nice finish. Don't worry if it doesn't reach the edge, because that will be covered soon. It just makes things a lot more easier, and you can always do this if you feel confident. But I will say sometimes it doesn't always go that easy. Okay, so on the edge, I don't mind. I'm not going to really need to do this. Edge over here is probably going to be worse, so what we can do is we put a bit of a lip this side. There we go. That's all we're going to do for there for now, and you'll see why. We'll take it down a little bit further. I think that's fair enough. So what we're going to do is we're going to have this as the balcony, and the rest of it's going to be the house. Let's just take it in one more. Okay, so now we're going to go to stairs I do like these, but they aren't the best. Okay. So that's how we're looking at the minute. Then we're going to put the walls in. So for the walls, we're going to go with stone. So we're going to go with stone all the way around. Okay. Next thing we're going to do is I'm going to build it up. What we need is, so we're going to have windows as well. What I'm going to suggest is you do a line like this all the way around, because if you're going to put windows in, you don't want them to be somewhere they're not. So when you place the windows down, but if we, let me just delete this for a second and show you. So if you put a window here, let's get a window. Say you want one of these, that's going to be way up there, isn't it? And that's not going to be productive as a build, because you're not going to reach it. You need it this level, see? So for that window to fit perfectly, you want it there. And then you'll have it there. Okay? So you want to get rid of those, because they're not going to help. And then we'll have you want to try and replicate what's that side. So we've got a square missing. There we go, look. Okay, so you can see it replicates. You want this one to run this way. Is that the same as that one? And then on the front, we'll have a door, and we want a few windows. Don't have many. We'll have get rid of that window, and we'll have that there. So it's 2, 2, 2, and that's that. Okay. Well, there's our windows. They're all in. Next thing we're going to do is we're going to go to walls. Okay. We're going to go wood actually now. Put in wood. This is going to be really good, this pirate build that we're after. Because pirates do like their wood buildings. I know there's some that have stone, but it's mainly wood. So yeah, it's really good. I'm really looking forward to this game release, by the way. So like I say, if anybody has got any ideas for any builds they want me to try, I will do them. I've built a town, I've done quite a few builds, helped people out as well. And if you want me to come on your world and build something, that's perfectly fine with me as well. As you can see, this radius area is always in build mode when you're doing it. When you exit, it's not. So don't get confused. Don't think that it's a permanent thing. People do panic, but it's not. You want to layer then as all the way round from this, all the way round. I don't tend to go into too much detail with the builds, but you can go one step further and put in beams in and stuff. However, so yeah. Right, we're going to need a door. So we're going to put a door in here. Right, we're going to use one of these proper doors. Not these things. We use these. Alright. So a lot of people don't understand how doors are meant to be fitted. Now you might just say, oh yeah, it just fits in. But how you want the door to open, right? So if we have the door this way, that's fine. If you open the door that way, that's not too bad. However, it's not very practical really, because that means you got all this wasted space there and you're cutting off room here. So what we'll do is we'll swap it round and put the door this way. And what does this do? This provides that if anyone's coming in, they don't get hit in the face with the door. And also, if you want anything hidden behind there, when the door opens inwards, no one sees it. This is what makes a very good opening for a door. A lot of people don't realise this with building, but it does really matter. Okay, so now we've got the door in, we've got the windows in. The windows open as well. You can have them closed. These ones don't open, unfortunately. I thought they may slide up or whatever, but they're just for show. So if you're looking for open windows, then these are the ones that you want. We'll have another good look at those outside as well. You can open them from the outside, and they look very visually pleasing. However, it looks very flat, doesn't it, the build? You know what I mean? It doesn't look... There's no punch, is there? And see how we've got the stone at the bottom, and then we have the wood up there, so... Let's go and fix this. So, what we're going to do is, on the sides, we want the build to stick out a bit, don't we? What we're going to do, we're going to go on here. We're going to make them stick out a bit more. Okay. And that's going to make things a lot better. So let's go outside, finish this off. Okay, so next thing we want is we want those. Oh, have you noticed this is another trick that you can do, which I've not shown anybody yet, so this is a special. What you can do is this, so windows like there, and what you can do is do these little box windows. I don't think many realise that these were meant to be the sides of the window. Look how cool they look. Now, you're probably thinking, oh, what goes underneath? Well, we'll come to that later on. First of all, we want to make things look a bit more better on the top part. So what we'll do is we go into roofs. You've got these, and they look very horrible to place over there, but we're not going to do that. What we're going to do, we're going to have a look at this. You see this? Looks a lot better. You can do that. Makes it a lot better. So what we'll do now is we'll slowly come down with the beams. And sometimes you have this issue, which is not good. But we'll fix that in a moment. But it still looks pretty good, but the roof's not quite meeting it. So what we're going to have to do is we're going to have to extend it. What we'll do is we'll put that on their sides to thicken it out. Okay, and then what we'll do is we'll do across the top. Gives it a nice look on the sides. And then we want there, and then we're going to do a bit underwater look then. But yeah, it creates a bit more depth. We'll do this one as well. And we'll do this one. And we'll finish it off and do these. They all look identical. There we go. Look, they look really good. And then at the front, what we'll do is, I'll show you what we're going to do. We will add, where is it? Where's our favourite stone? So you only need, let's try and get this right. We'll do this. And you can see it's starting to take shape now. Starting to look really cool. Okay. Right, we'll go in here. It doesn't look great, does it, from the inside? What we're going to do is we're going to put... We're gonna go across this with brick with a feature wall. It doesn't look too bad. There you go. And then we do exactly the same on the other side. So what we do is we start off with this again. 2 of them. 2 of them. Try not to go underwater because you won't see properly. There we go. And then we do the sides again. It's important that you box them in like this first. For that style. Or you can use the other windows. We're going to use those other windows again. We'll put the double ones in first. There we go. Like I say, this is in the demo, so if you're thinking of getting it, I do recommend it. We now need so you can do bits on the side like that, but I don't like that. We need to try and get to those. So what we'll do is we're gonna have to build a little platform for myself. So we'll do just so I can get up here to do that. So we go across here. That's about right. Hopefully, you can't really, it just gives it a little bit of a look. Right, we can delete that now. Okay, next thing we do is the beams. We're just about fit on, look. Try not to do that underwater look, because it looks awful, doesn't it? There we go. Make sure they go into the ground. When it's green, you know it's secure. There we go. Looks a bit better than the last one. So what we're going to do is we're going to do the same again. So we'll do that. We'll do those there, those there. I can't remember if I did this the other side as well, but it does make it a lot better. And then we did the top, didn't we? Can't get to the top because we're going in the water, so we're gonna have to get back on the roof again, aren't we? Where's my ramp? Stairs. There we go. These are good for getting on top of places fast. They're actually a bit better than the stairs, to be honest. Alright, there we go. Let's get into doing our pieces that we want to do. So we'll drag it to there. We don't want that. Perfect. And then we want that. And that. That. Does that match the other side? Yeah, so as you can see, we've done it there, there, and there. We didn't do the side bits though, did we? Those were done there. We didn't do that one up there. There we go. So that's good. There we go. So that is some good support there. Just makes it a lot more better. As you can see, it's nice and tidy on the inside. So yeah, it works. There we are. I like that. So now we've got to do the base of it with the do that. Get these done. I have to go a bit further down on this because of the way the land's set. There we go. It's looking proper good now, isn't it? Real good. Starting to take shape. That's what we like these builds to look good. There we go. We can delete this for now. We don't need it. So let's have a look at this. I'm sorry it's night time, but hopefully you can see that it's starting to look pretty cool. We're going to have to extend this one down as well. I think we might need more beam as well. There we go. I was thinking of putting a beam there, but it's just too much, I think. So just keep it like that. Okay, so that's that done. Next thing we're going to do is the inside. We're going to put the You know what's next? The wall. So this will have 2 feature walls. And we're hoping it will actually connect. So if it does do that, I only can brick up the windows. What about wooden walls? Not let me do wooden walls, which is a bit of a shame. We can do it's not lock it in for some reason. But we've reached a bit of an issue which I've never had before, to be honest. I've never had this issue before. So what we'll do is this. What we'll do then is we're going to have to take it in one. And then we can, well, that's all we can do, isn't it, really? That is a shame. Because we were doing so well, but unfortunately it's... got a weird building block. Do you want it? I want it. Actually, we'll leave those open. That's going to affect this window now. So what we'll do is we'll take that window out and block that one up. You have to compromise with builds, and it still looks quite good actually. It's just a shame it hasn't worked that side. That is a real shame. But that does look pretty good actually. It gives it more depth. And the only thing we can do now is just try and make sure that it just looks the part. We've not missed any areas. We'll put some wood above there, and there we go. I'm very good at building. I've had issues in games before where we've got stuck, but that still looks really good. And like I say, if anybody needs any help with building, let me know. Sometimes you have to compromise with things. And if we look on the outside, not made any difference. So, stairs wise, you want the stairs to be away from the windows. So I'm going to put the stair. I would recommend when using the stairs, right? I found that when you use these, you take up more room. I would go with these stairs. So we're going to put the stairs this way on, as this is where all the brick is, so we keep the brick all in one place. So we're going to have the stairs going like that. This is my famous stairs, by the way, guys. I've done this in quite a few of my builds. That's our stairs. And we get to the top of the roof. And we'll fill it So there is an actual trick with this. If you do that there, you do get lots of gaps. See? No. Sometimes you get gaps. So you've got to be careful. You can merge them like that if you feel that you want a better fit, you know. For this, we're going to use the little pieces. Take that to there. Now, it's up to you whether you have that extra bit open. I don't. Like, I always see that this is fine. Just the wall. You just need to watch the wall when you're walking up. That's it, really. Nothing small. But you have a lot of space up here to do what you want. Hopefully the weather won't be this bad when you're building. But hey-oh. Right, so generally you don't tend to have walls above these windows here. We're going to block these off. I'm going to take this up by 2 and do the same this side. Okay. And then what we'll do is we'll take this and drag this all the way across there. All the way across the top. Do the same here. Okay, now we're ready for the windows. Okay, so when we come up here, we want the rooms to be fairly good. We're going to break these rooms down. I'm going to say we're going to have 3 rooms up here. Okay, this makes the rooms for storage or whatever you want. So we want about 2 squares for a landing. 1, 2, about there. Okay. We'll take this one in a bit because it's got more of a bit of room here, so take it to there. And we'll probably do the same with this one. About there. Okay. So there we go. Okay. So there. That's our rooms. Right. Our windows are going to go up here. We're going to have double windows up here, and actually we'll have single windows. We'll have single windows. That's what we had on the last one, didn't we? So we'll have a single window in each room facing this way. If you wanted it that side, you could pick that option, but as we're gonna put the rooms this side, we'll probably fill that up and just put one window this side. There we go, by the stairs. And we'll have one window there. In the middle, right there. I'm going to move this window over one. There we go. So it looks a bit more better. Okay. Always make sure they're facing the right way round. I know a lot of people make that mistake. These are more for like higher up, but you can use them if you wish. Right, now we're going to need to put the walls in. Build the wall. As you can see, you need to make sure it really clicks. Otherwise you're going to get gaps. But you can do that and it will try and merge it. But it does look good. Everything's all in shape. The only thing it isn't is we've got no lights up here at the moment. And that's going to be a bit of an issue. as you can see, sometimes it will not sit right, and that's because we started off with that piece. So try and fit it as best as you can. I'm going to do the roof next because we don't want to I don't know why it's done that. Layout. That's how I do it. Just to get it all set. Roof is the next one. It's not a biggie, roofs, but it depends what kind of roof you want. For this roof, you want it to be sitting on the corner. I'm going to stand on here a minute. We want it to be something like this. You can have a normal roof. Okay. Perfect. Now what you want to do is you want to drag it round. Let me just put a light on in here for us because we can't see. I'm just going to chuck this on. Okay, so you can see. And we'll delete them in a minute. It just shows you can see. Right, let's get back into roofs. You want to go onto this one. And that's what we're looking at. That one we were looking at, or was it this one? There we go. Okay, then what we do is we go to the next one. You fill in these corners again. And it starts to take a better shape then. So we can just fill in those little bits. And there you go. And then obviously if you want to do the top as a point, then all you got to do is select this, get it center, and that is it. Okay, you're going to have two little holes there. Don't worry about that at this moment, because I'm going to show you my little trick. So when you were picking this, you want that one. That's more of the flatter version. Now what we're going to do is go to beams. And then we'll cover those up. There we go. And then we'll drag that to there. And then what we want to do is we want an extension of those to go this way. I think it's going to have to be this one. I think it's this way. That's it. It comes out a bit like a spider. As a support. And then if you wanted to, you could run a beam. You could run a beam across this way. This one's the wrong place. Let's try and find this one again. There we go. And then what we do is There we go, look at that. It gives it extra support. That's not quite what we want, is it? You could have support that comes straight down if you wanted to, and you could have it down and stuff, but I just do like the main top bit so it looks like it's got better support. That's all you need to do. You don't need to do much more than that unless you want to. I think it looks good like that. So that is everything done, guys, on that. Next thing we'll do now is we're going to build up these walls and make the rooms look livable. So what I'll do is I'll see you back in a moment and we'll have everything done. That way then you're not watching all the little bits. We don't need to see all that. I'll let you know when I've done all the walls and added all the stuff in and just see how it looks. So I'll see you back very, very soon. Right then, we are back. I've done a bit more than I said I would. Let's take a look at the changes. First of all, yeah, I did the bottom. I'm going to go upstairs. So this is how I do the bedrooms, you know, if my friends are playing the game or just to do a build that looks good. So these are the general layout. There's no particular order, you know. It's just whatever you feel that suits. We don't have a lot of decorations at the moment and stuff, so there we go. Got a nice little sack there. Thing is, this has got storage, so we can put food in it or whatever. Do you know what I mean? And it helps out. It's all storage, and got a treasure chest. You want to chuck some treasure in there, you know. So it's pretty cool. I do like to put railings here, but as we want to walk down them, they can be a bit of a hindrance. So unless you have it wider, I wouldn't put a railing down. But I will show you how we do the railings in a moment. We've decorated this, so this is like a little storage area. You can't access these ones though. But yeah, what I am going to do though is we're going to add a storage in here, and we're going to add that there. And we're going to add that there. It just makes it a little bit more cool, makes it look more part of a pirate theme. And the windows you can still get to and close. Got a little chair there to sit down, take a break and enjoy the view. Look at that, we've had decorations to our left. We've put over the windows, we've got a nice little lamp behind us onto the wall. We've got some nice features on top of that wall area where there's a bit of, I suppose it's like a curtain kind of style. And then I've just got our beer bottles or medicine bottles, and then storage, stairs. So yeah, it's pretty damn good, isn't it? Pretty damn good. Let me go through here. Got a nice little shelving section, cups and, you know, beer mugs, whatever you want to call them. And then we got our bucket, table of stuff. I have to say though, guys, these are really big chili peppers, aren't they? Real big. But yeah, put some support beams in. Just wanted to make it look a bit more cool. Got some pot in the corner. It's a shame we can't actually use these pots or put plants in them, but maybe that'll change. Maybe let me know in the comments what you think so far to the build, if there's anything that you would like me to try out, or if there's anything you would like to see in the game of Windrose when it's released. And we have news, we will have early access and they will be making changes, so that's going to be good. And they're going to make the chests, what you find, it's going to be rotational, so you won't get the same things over and over again. So let's have a look at this pier that we've got. Make it a little bit more functional. So what we're going to do is we go into our favourite little place. We got pillars. And this is what we're going to do. So you just put the pillars down here and there. And then what we'll do is we will take this, run it all the way along, and it makes a nice fence. But one of these is not playing ball. There we go. He's not part of it, is he? There we go. Well, there we go. So there is your fence. That is easy as it comes. And there you go. You have your railing. You can... I don't know if you can put another one the other side. I've never tried. But no. You can fit one on top because of the way the railing's gone. Like that if you wanted to. And then just bring it round, I guess. It's up to you. I wouldn't worry too much. Whatever you want to do. I'm going to actually leave it because it looks kind of different. Kind of like it. So yeah, that's our build finish, guys. Oh, what we got hanging over here? Okay. So, if you look at this, got a bit sticking out, haven't we? Let's just get and sort that bit out. There we go. Sorted. Well, let's have a look around and see what we can see. So that is the build. The roof is done. The windows are in. What did you think of the build? Did you like it? Was it your style? What would you like to see next? So, that's it from me. Hope you enjoyed it. Catch me on the next one. We'll be doing some more builds. And unfortunately, this one's going to be deleted by the time we come back. So, yeah. Let me know in the comments what you think to this build. How good it was. Whether you would make any changes to it. As we're all learning. We're all trying to do good builds in this. So, for Pirate Builds number 1, that is your big house on your island. I'm SILAD. Don't forget to hit subscribe if you haven't already. I'll catch you on the next one, guys. Peace out.